about to meet people just like you who have tried everything to get rid of back pain, including surgery, prescription painkillers, and you'll meet some who had just given up and were living with excruciating and debilitating pain.
The pain I had stemmed from, the sciatic, and it was excruciating. On a scale of 1 to 10, I mean, when it first happened, it was about an 8 or a 9. It was searing.
At the worst that it's ever been in my lower back, I could only walk about 100 yards. I would have to sit down and rest, and I would actually be dragging my right leg behind me.
My pain was a shooting pain down the back of my legs and in my lower back. I couldn't walk without being in pain. I couldn't sit. I couldn't bend over.
But they all discovered what you're about to discover. An incredible innovation in treatment for back pain. It's called the DiscForce Spinal Decompression System. This is an incredibly gentle treatment where the patient simply lies on a bed and a computer gradually relieves pressure between discs to allow for the natural healing process to occur in a patient's back.
DiscForce is a revolutionary new equipment. We couldn't do without it in my sport, I don't believe.
I was 500% better than I was just 1 week earlier. There's no way that in 1 week that I would have been feeling that much better, so I knew that the only difference could have possibly have been DiscForce.
I think anyone with back pain and living in an environment where your life is limited because of back pain, you are looking for that hope, you're looking for that answer, and DiscForce provides that answer.
People who are suffering from back pain now, they cannot afford not to use DiscForce. They can't afford to lose the quality of their lives. And if they want to get it back, if they want to lead a normal life, a normal active life, then they really need to get in and use DiscForce, because it's going to help them. And it's going to make their life the way it was before, and maybe even better.
It is so gentle and so relaxing, and patients experience such relief from back pain, many go to sleep during the treatment. If you have chronic back pain from a herniated or bulging disc or have degenerative disc disease, you owe it to yourself to try the DiscForce system. This non-surgical, non-invasive treatment has helped so many back pain sufferers like yourself live happier, more active lives.
Jeff Amy is a recently retired school teacher looking forward to a life doing the things he likes to do most, spending time with his wife, working in his yard, and playing golf. Jeff was relatively healthy, with the exception of a few aches and pains in his back. Little did he know, the aches and pains were warning signs of a more serious problem that came to a head as Jeff arrived for a golf tournament.
I was trying to get my golf bag out of the trunk to play in the golf tournament, and it took me 5 minutes and I couldn't get my golf clubs out of the trunk.
Jeff actually fooled himself into believing the back pain would subside. Instead, the pain became so severe, he spiraled into a state of depression.
At that point, I felt like I need to do something. I started on medications. I went to a psychiatrist and he put me on several medications, and that helped my depression, but it didn't help my back.
Jeff met with many different doctors, and he was diagnosed with 2 herniated discs, bulging discs, and spinal degeneration. And while surgery was suggested, there was no guarantee it would alleviate the pain.
I started doing a lot of research. One of the things that caught my attention was spinal decompression and the DiscForce. And at that point, as I investigated it, I thought, before I go in for surgery, I need to give this a try. And I'm just very excited and very happy that I went into it.
After a series of treatments, Jeff is back, enjoying retirement the way he'd always envisioned, spending time with his wife, working in his yard, and playing golf as well as ever.
I played in the club championship, senior championship, 2 weeks ago, and shot 66 my first round, and it felt great. And then I won in a playoff with the birdie in the first hole, and the owner of the club came up to me and said, "Jeff, that was one of the prettiest swings on that first extra hole." And I was just thinking to myself, if you only knew where I was, 6 months ago, I wasn't going to rejoin the club, because I told my wife I didn't think I was going to play golf again.
How do you know if the DiscForce Spinal Decompression System is right for you? Well, if you've been told that you have any of these conditions, a herniated disc, degenerative disc, bulging disc, sciatica, or general lower back pain, then there is a likely chance that the DiscForce Spinal Decompression System can help you like it's helped so many others with similar conditions. And here's how the DiscForce Spinal Decompression System works. The patient lies on a table and a belt is attached to the waist. And the belt is controlled by the DiscForce software program, which is individually customized according to the patient's condition and will gently pull on the torso, relieving pressure on the disc and allowing the body's natural healing process to go to work. The DiscForce decompression system is unique because it can actually target individual discs in the spine by adjusting the angle and amount of decompression.
Dr. Tim Kremchek is an orthopedic surgeon and has treated thousands for back pain and neck pain, including all-star shortstop Barry Larkin. Dr. Kremchek is a firm believer in the benefits of DiscForce and spinal decompression and suggests exhausting every possibility before turning to surgery.
Back surgery, the risks are enormous. Infection, nerve injury, the failed back surgery where you have chronic back pain for the rest of your life. I mean, the things that go on and potentially can go wrong with back surgery are enormous, and they're lifelong. So anything that you can do non-operatively has got to be your first choice, second choice, and again, multiple choices after that. Spinal decompression takes the disc from protruding and brings it back into its normal position and takes the pressure off the spinal cord and the nerve roots. Therefore, it takes a lot of the pressure and the spasm off of the musculature in the lower back, increases the range of motion, decreases the pain, and hence increases your function to do whatever you want to do. If I have a patient that comes in, I don't care who they are, and they've got back pain or neck pain, before I would ever recommend that they had a surgery, a surgical procedure, an invasive procedure, even an epidural, an injection, I would recommend the DiscForce because there's no downside to trying this, and it works.
Barry Larkin, the longtime shortstop of the Cincinnati Reds, turned to spinal decompression as an alternative to possible career-ending surgery.
My cervical C5, C6, I had some degenerative disc issues, so the disc have a certain amount of space between the two. My space was very limited, and the disc material that's between the two vertebrae, it leaked onto my nerve. I was almost completely paralyzed. So I go in, have surgery, and then the doctor says to me, okay, fine, now you're good for right now, but there's going to have to be some aftercare. So you're going to have to do something. You can have surgery yet again. The second surgery will be to fuse the vertebrae together. With the fusion, they said you probably lose the mobility in your neck, and I don't know if you'll be able to play shortstop anymore. Or you can do something called decompression therapy.
After consulting with Dr. Kremchek, Barry decided spinal decompression therapy would be the best and most effective treatment.
Physically, I could really feel a difference. I didn't have the spasming, the tightness. I used to have to sleep sitting up. I could lay down, and I could lift my kids with no problem. I went back to spring training the next year and saw the doctor and the staff, and they couldn't believe what shape my neck was in. And I played another 4 years. I had another great 4 years. I chose not to have the surgery. I'm a walking billboard saying that decompression therapy works.
You don't have to be a professional athlete to suffer from severe back or neck pain. But as you've seen, DiscForce Spinal Decompression Therapy has helped back pain sufferers from all walks of life find incredible relief. Don't continue to live with back or neck pain when help may only be a phone call away.